Ever wondered what pearls of wisdom Dad's passed down? Today we're diving into essential life lessons every father imparts. These aren't your typical eat your veggies kind of lessons. No, these stick with you, delivered with unconventional charm. Think less Hallmark card, more slightly burnt toast. Advice that makes you go, right, okay, Dad. But later you realize the old man had a point. It's that weird formative wisdom we're digging into. The stuff that shapes you, even if it's just by teaching you what to do or how not to say it. So, prepare for a trip down memory lane. We're looking at lessons about navigating the messy, absurd business of being human. Lessons that come with a sigh, a raised eyebrow, and the unspoken understanding that life's a bit rubbish. But we get on with it. And maybe, just maybe, we learn something along the way, probably by accident. Picture this. You're 10 years old and your dad just threw you into the deep end. Sink or swim, kid. That's how you learn resilience. Life throws curveballs and you learn to hit them. Or more accurately, your dad thinks near drowning builds character. Annoyingly, he wasn't entirely wrong, though a gentle lesson might have worked too. But where's the story in that? Remember the first time your dad handed you the car keys? Don't crash it, he said. But what he really meant was, take responsibility for your actions. It's a lesson wrapped in a shiny, dangerous package. Usually a slightly rusty, not so shiny package in my day, smelling faintly of old dogs and regret. But the principle's the same. That clunky piece of metal wasn't just a car, it was a four-wheeled metaphor for adulting, and he'd just chucked you the keys with a grunt. The sheer terror of that moment. He's entrusting you with his pride and joy. Or at least his primary mode of transport to the pub. And all he says is don't crash it. No pressure then. It's not just about the potential for a massive repair bill or, God forbid, actual injury. It's about the weight of that trust. He's basically saying, right, I've done my bit teaching you to not be a total moron. Now prove it. Or don't, and face the consequences, which will primarily involve me shouting a lot. This lesson in responsibility extends far beyond the sacred highway code. It's about owning your mistakes. Ever caught your dad in a lie? Probably not. That's because integrity is a big deal. It's about doing the right thing, even when no one's watching. Like that time he returned the extra change at the store, even though you could have bought more candy. More specifically, a king-size Mars bar, which felt like a king's ransom back then, and there he was, marching back in to return 50 pence. You'd be thinking, what are you doing, you madman? That's a curly-whirly right there. But that's integrity for you, isn't it? It's inconvenient. It's often unprofitable. It's doing the honest thing when the dishonest thing is so much easier and, frankly, more immediately rewarding, especially if it involves confectionery. His sigh, as he explained why you can't just pocket unearned cash, wasn't just about the money, it was about a principle. A really annoying principle when you're 8 and craving sugar. He was trying to instill a moral compass, even if it meant you went without that extra chocolate. Chapter 4, Hard Work, or Why Your Back Still Aches from Mowing That Damn Lawn. Your dad probably told you nothing worth having comes easy. And then he made you mow the lawn every bloody Saturday. Rain or shine, usually rain. It's not just about the grass. It's about understanding that hard work pays off, even if it means sweating buckets and developing an early resentment for gardening. He wasn't just cultivating a neat lawn, he was cultivating a work ethic, or at least trying to. Often with the subtlety of a drill sergeant. That lawnmower, it was an instrument of torture, wasn't it? Especially if it was one of those old manual ones that required the strength of Hercules and the stubbornness of a mule. And the garden always seemed to be the size of a small county. Character building, he'd call it. Leaning on the fence with a cup of tea, observing your suffering. What he meant was, I don't want to do it. You're young and energetic. Get on with it, you lazy sod. But there was a lesson in there buried under the grass clippings. It's the idea that effort equals reward. Not always, mind you. Chapter 5. Humor. If you don't laugh, you'll, well, probably still cry, but laughing helps. Dark humor runs in the family, right? Your dad's jokes might be terrible, but they teach you to find humor in the darkest of times. Like when he said, if you don't laugh, you'll cry after you failed your math test. And you thought, I'm already doing both, thanks, Dad. But he had a point, didn't he? Life throws some absolute stinkers at you, and sometimes a bleak, inappropriate joke is the only sane response. Or insane, depending on your perspective. His humor was probably a finely tuned instrument of deflection and coping, the kind of jokes that make you groan and chuckle at the same time. The puns that were so bad they were almost brilliant. The observations about the absurdity of life, delivered with a deadpan expression that let you know he wasn't entirely joking. This wasn't just about being the family comedian, it was a survival tactic. He was teaching you that sometimes the only way to deal with the sheer ridiculousness of existence is to point at it and laugh, or at least snort derisively. Chapter 6. Empathy. Or that time Dad didn't kick the stray dog and might have even liked it. Dads might seem tough, but they have a soft side too. Remember when he helped that stray dog? It's a lesson in empathy, showing you that caring for others is just as important as taking care of yourself. He probably grumbled about it, of course. Bloody mutt, probably got fleas, don't get attached. But then you'd see him sneaking at bits of sausage under the table or rigging up a makeshift bed in the shed. Classic Dad, all bark, surprisingly little bite when it came to a creature in need. This wasn't about grand gestures of charity broadcast to the world. It was the quiet stuff. The way he'd stop to help someone change a tire, even if it made him late. The awkward pat on the back when you were upset, which, for him, was the emotional equivalent of a Shakespearean sonnet. He might not have used the word empathy. Right, that's your lot. Go forth and try not to be a total pillock. So there you have it, folks. 6 life lessons that dads pass down to their sons, wrapped in stories that are as dark as they are enlightening. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and maybe share it with your dad. Who knows, he might get a kick out of it too, or he might just grunt and ask what's for tea, which in itself is probably another life lesson about managing expectations. But hey, at least you tried. These lessons, they're not always delivered in neat packages with a little bow on top, are they? More often they're mumbled over a fry-up, demonstrated through exasperated sighs, or accidentally revealed in moments of unexpected vulnerability. It's the messy, imperfect, and often hilarious way that wisdom gets passed down, usually when you're least expecting it, and probably when you're busy doing something daft. And that's the beauty of it, I suppose. It's real. So take these dark lessons, these slightly skewed pearls of fatherly insight, and remember that behind every gruff exterior and questionable piece of advice, there was probably a dad just trying his best.